Hello friends, myself Shailesh Badve. I am B Instrumentation. I have completed my PMP Project Management Certification course also from Project Management USA. Currently I am doing job working as a manager Instrumentation and Automation Department in MJ Biofarm Limited, Pune, Hinjewadi. Today I am going to tell you about basic instrumentation, in which I am going to cover below topics. I have shared one PPT or some sort of presentation. Kindly go through that, open that presentation and see. I have covered the topics. In instrumentation I have covered basic things like what is instrumentation, types of instruments, installation, commissioning and troubleshooting. In the automation I have covered like what is automation, what is PLC, what is SCADA, what is DCS. So we'll go one by one and I'll try to explain as much as possible. If you have any query, any doubts, you can contact Mr. B.R. Patil sir, or you can contact me. I'll give small introduction about myself. I am alumni of GPAN. Post diploma I have completed my B and then completed my project management. I have total 13 years of experience. Okay, so we'll move to the presentation, or we'll move to the topics. So basically what comes in the instrumentation? What is instrumentation? So instrumentation is defined as the art, science of measurement and control of process variables within a production or manufacturing area. Definition of instrument is a collection of instruments and their application for the purpose of observation, measurement and control system. An instrument is device that measures a physical quantity such as flow, temperature, pressure, distance, level, etc. The control of process is one of the main application of instrument. So this is how basic instrument. What is instrument? We can explain what is instrument. What includes in instrument? It includes many varied devices which can be as simple as balls, transmitters and as complex as analyzers. I am working in pharmaceutical, day to day life I am handling many analyzers like ozone analyzer, gas analyzer, O2 analyzer, dissolved oxygen analyzer, ClO2 analyzer, etc., which are very complex in the nature, which is high level of instrumentation. Control instrumentation, which includes devices such as solenoids, circuit breakers and relays. These devices are able to gather information from the field, as well as change a field parameter and provide remote or automated control capabilities. So what comes under types of instruments? It is instruments mainly have two traditional class, which are monitoring and process and operation. Example, gauges, indicators, which are basically only for monitoring, not no control or no signal to any PLC or any system. The second stage is control of process and operation. In that example we can see sensors, transmitters, etc. Based on the signal generated by an instrument, there are again two types of instrument. One is analog and the second is digital. In the analog input and output. In the digital input and output. Depending upon the application, various types and models of instruments are available in the market. Below are some applications: utility control, in that chilled water, instrument air, process air, cooling water, or some steam applications, etc. Food and beverage, life science instruments, chemical industry, and oil and refineries, etc. There are also few another types in where, like HVAC application, building management application, etc. The next thing I am going to tell you about installation and commissioning. Instruments are installed on the process vessels or pipelines as per given installation guidelines in user manual. Each instrument have its own manufacturer, and they have given some guidelines about how to install it, how to do the wiring, how to connect it to the PLC, or proper installation to avoid malfunctioning of instrument, etc. So the next is instrument is connected to the PLC via cable, and signal from instrument is transmitted to the PLC for measurement or control purpose. Once the signal is taken by PLC, or we transmit the signal to the PLC, the next control action which is done by PLC, or which is done through the programming. So instruments, the basic application or basic things of instrument is to sense the signal and then transmit it to the PLC. I have shown a concept diagram where you can see inputs like switches or various sensors which are connected to the central computer, and computer generates some output. We can say central computer or PLC which generates output and give it to the machine or process equipment. The output in terms of solenoid valves, motors, voltages, some PID signals, some controlling signals which is given, and then process is controlled. There is one more interface called software. I am going to that section also, how software works, how it controls. We'll see in the next part of the automation. Any machine or process is controlled by the instrument installed over it. Example of process control parameters like pressure, temperature, level, flow. In the term of instrumentation, we can call it as pressure control, temperature control, etc. I have shown a small schematic or small diagram where you can see a machine or process which generates, or the instruments installed over machine or any process vessel or any complex system, inputs and measurements which is measured by the instruments are given to PLC system. PLC system generates controls or output which is again given to machine or process equipment. This is how the basic functioning. I have shown one pressure transmitter which is connected to the PLC or DCS via 24 volt DC, and according to signal PLC or DCS controls the pump action in terms of increasing the speed or decreasing the speed or start stop of the pump. So in terms we can say a pressure control which PLC controls the pressure by giving output signals to the pump or to the VFD connected to the pump. The next example is we have one temperature control example wherein there is a tank in which temperature sensor is connected. The heating coil is connected to the tank. Tank is filled with liquid. Once we start the heating coil, slowly temperature increases. The sensor senses the temperature and gives the output, that is called as, in terms of instrumentation, it is called as process value. Process value is then transmitted to the electronic instruments in terms of raw value. Electronic instrument converts it into the 4 to 20 milliampere, and output is given to the PLC. We have few instruments wherein local display is also there, so we can see the readings on local display also. So these are the few examples wherein we can see how instrument or how process control is designed. Now going forward, what an instrumentation engineer or any technician or the one who is working on the field needs some tools. What kind of tools generally an instrument engineer required while working on field is, first one is multimeter. Through multimeter, what we can do is we can measure resistance, we can measure milliampere, we can measure voltage, etc., which is very important and useful tool for any instrumentation engineer. The next is HART communicator. What HART communicator is? HART is a highway addressable remote transducer, a two-way digital communication interface and also a protocol. The HART communicator is a secondary master device that enables the engineer in the field to monitor the process parameter value and take controllable action. So we have seen two instruments which any instrumentation engineer required while doing work on the field. The next one is signal calibrator, either milliampere loop calibrator or voltage calibrator. These kinds of calibrators also required. Pressure calibrators, in pressure calibrators, handheld vacuum or pressure calibrator or hydraulic pumps to generate few pressures, few bar of pressure or few kg of pressure, and then check the instruments like pressure transmitter, pressure gauges, etc. So what we have seen till now is what is instruments, types of instruments, and when we install it or when we use it, installation of instruments. Now going forward, it is troubleshooting of instruments. So some it is also required many times that instrument may malfunction or may not able to work, or it stops giving output as desired. So instrument troubleshooting is also an important part while doing day-to-day activities. Sometimes it may happen that instrument stops working, giving erratic reading. In that case, troubleshooting, how to do troubleshooting? Below are some conditions where instrument can failure. Instrument physical damage, instrument first power problem or malfunctioning, instrument out of calibration, or internal circuit problem. These are the few typical issues we face during troubleshooting or during day-to-day operation. Sometimes we can solve it internally, or sometimes vendor or supplier support is also required. So basically instrumentation is what types of instruments we use, and installation and troubleshooting. I'm going to the next topic of my presentation, which is automation, which is we can say the next level of instrumentation, or the sister concern like instrumentation. So what is automation? Industrial automation is use of control system such as a computer to control industrial machines and process, replacing human operators. So the system is able to control the operation of machine or any process parameters with digital or analog signals. replacing human interface. Without any human interface we can able to control the machine. I have shown a small schematic wherein a process plant is there, few instrument or sensors are connected, which has then interfaces in terms of transmitters or some signals transmitting, which is then connected to computer system or PLC. The computer system again generates output based on process parameter inputs received by the sensors or transmitters, and then it gives the output to the actuator, or it controls the process plant. Few peripherals are also there, operator interface in terms of control, giving set points to the computer system or setting desired values, which we enter into the control system, and accordingly control system controls the system. Few computer subsystems are also connected, I have shown there. Most commonly used automation systems are PLC, SCADA and DCS. So what is PLC? PLC is programmable logic controller. What is SCADA? SCADA is supervisory control and data acquisition. And what is DCS? DCS is distributed control system. So I'll go through each topic in small details. PLC, I'll take first PLC. A PLC, programmable logical controller, is a type of industrial digital computer which can be used to control a manufacturing process or machine. So when we hear, जेव्हा आपण ऐकतो की PLC आणि ते एक small digital computer आहे which controls the process, then how does it do? ते कसं करतं? So I'll just explain how does it do. A PLC, like a computer, has a central processing unit which called as CPU, a memory for program and data, and a communication interface. Additionally, and more importantly, it has an interface to analog and digital inputs and outputs. I have shown a small schematic diagram. It illustrates how inside of a PLC system is. There is, I'll just explain. There is a power supply, central processing unit, memory, as I told. In the memory, program memory as well as data memory. Output modules which generates outputs, which is given to motor, few control systems, to a few output instruments, major controlling instruments. Input modules, input sensing devices are connected to input modules, and a programming device. Simple block diagram: external computer, PLC, actuator, process. Again, process signals are sensed by the sensor and given back to PLC. So this is small block diagram how it works. Architecture of PLC: operator workstation, power supply, microprocessor or memory, communication module, AI, AO, DI, DO modules, digital input module, discrete signals input, analog input module, analog sensors. The example of discrete sensors are level switches, pressure switches, or motor control center signals like motor run feedback or motor tripping feedback. In the analog sensors, 4 to 20 milliamperes, we connect to the PLC AI module, which is like pressure, temperature, flow, level signals. Output, discrete outputs, which is again we call as a digital output in terms of 1 or 0 or start or stop. given to the motor or any valves or any actuator, and analog output which is 4 to 20 milliampere provided by or generated by the PLC and given to the control valves or VFDs. The CPU can be programmed using programming software, usually hosted on a PC or personal computer. When a program is downloaded, the user sets the PLC to run mode. It allows CPU to start executing the program. During execution, controller reads the inputs connected to it, execute the program written in few languages like ladder language or structured text, etc., and writes the output connected to it. It also executes communication with external systems like HMIs or other PCs or other PLCs, which is a small structure or a small how PLC works or how it is connected, how it works. The next thing is SCADA. So what is SCADA? SCADA is supervisory control and data acquisition. SCADA stands for supervisory control and data acquisition. It's a kind of a software application for process management. This could be a central system that includes controllers, network interface, input output, communication of equipments, and software system. This SCADA system takes the reading of the meters and checks the standing of sensors in regular interval, so it needs to load the interface of human. SCADA system performs the following task: collection of data from field devices, which can be sensors, actuators, or controllers; transfer of field devices information via communication link to the central site, which called as the master station; execution of any necessary analysis and supervisory controls, calculations, all of which are taking place at the same master station; display process information on a number of operators screens; and convey any required supervisory control action back to the field devices. I have shown location of SCADA in the central plant hierarchy. SCADA level, wherein operator or operating station and engineering station I have shown. Then plant bus, which is called as communication network, through which it is connected to the plant level. So PLC is located at each plant level. Through PLC, then field level, field instruments like sensors, actuators, discrete IOs, digital input outputs are connected to the PLCs. A massive variety of processes occurs in large industrial solutions. Each process you would like to observe it extremely complicated as a result of every machine provides totally different output. The SCADA system used to gather the information from sensors and instruments placed at remote area. So the machine is located or placed at remote area, and machine is connected to the SCADA system via PLC, and through the remote area operator is able to control the machine or control the process. The PC then processes this information and presents during a timely manner. The SCADA system gathers the data like for example, leak in the pipeline or increase in the pressure or decrease in the temperature, etc., and transfer the data back to the system, whereas giving the alerts that leak has occurred or pressure has increased or temperature has decreased, etc., and displays the data during logical and arranged fashion. Generally, these systems could be a centralized system that monitors and controls entire space. It's purely a software system package that is positioned on prime of hardware. A supervisory system gathers information on the process and sends the command controls to the process. The SCADA could be a remote station unit, is additionally called RTU. The most controls remote terminal unit. RTU is what? Remote terminal unit. Most control actions are auto performed by RTU or PLC. The RTU include programmable logic device which might be set to a specific demand. For instance, in the thermal power station, the water flow will be set to specific value or it will be modified according to the need. So operator can be able to set desired set points and control the process or any machine operation. Below I have shown industrial example how this SCADA is centrally located, and through Profibus communication we have connected few PLCs to it, few operator panel HMIs. All the field devices are connected to PLC. Then industrial Ethernet is also there. Again few field points like few instruments or few PLCs are connected to this SCADA through industrial Ethernet protocol. And this centralized data acquisition system wherein we collect all the data from the instruments and store it, so that we can historically read the data, what has happened in the history in terms of trends or in terms of trends. The SCADA system permits operators to vary the set point and modify alarmatic conditions in case of loss or extreme temperature, and also the condition is displayed and recorded. The SCADA system monitors the performance of the loop. This system could be a centralized system to communicate with each wire and wireless technology to the client device. So PLC, in the PLC we do the programming and PLC controls the operation. Through the SCADA we can interface with the PLC and machine. Operator can be able to set the set points, set the alarmatic condition and get the desired output. The next is the distributed control system. Distributed control system is the next step of PLC, wherein we connect multiple PLCs or multiple stations and multiple stations to the centralized system. I'll go through that. Distributed control system use decentralized or subsystems to manage distributed process or producing systems. They provide flexibility, extended instrumentality life, simplicity of latest instrumentation integration, and centralized maintenance once employed in an industrial atmosphere. A distributed control system involves the position of multiple controllers inside a plant or producing methods. The controllers are networked to central console. DCS aim to centralize plant operation to permit control, monitoring and reportage of individual elements and process at alone location. So for example, we have 5 machines which are controlled by separate PLCs located at individual machine level or individual plant level. In the DCS we connect all 5 PLCs to the centralized location and monitor or control the machine or process through the centralized location or centralized system. So many PLCs are connected together and controlled through a single station called as DCS. I have shown DCS architecture wherein three separate PLCs with IO cards. We can consider it as like three separate process plants or three separate machines which are controlling individual systems are connected centrally to the DCS. A SCADA screen is shown here and three operator workstations. Architecture of DCS, where we can see operator workstation 1, 2, 3 or database station, controller 1, 2, 3, 4 located at individual machine or individual vessel or individual process control system, and two controller individual machines signals like sensors are connected to the each individual controller. Then controller, all 1, 2, 3, 4 controllers are transmitting the data or transmitting the signals to the centralized database station, and operator workstation 1, 2, 3 where can operator see the process or control the process. Benefits of DCS, which includes lowest troubleshooting. It contains HMI graphics and faceplate alarms, etc. Consistency than PLC or HMI together. Batch management is feasible, reduced engineering time, and redundant operator systems in the servers. So if one can fails, what is redundant? It is if one can fails, automatically the operation or the controls are switched to the another. Application of DCS. DCS are most often employed in batch oriented or continuous methods operation like oil purification, power generation, organic compound manufacturing, or pharmaceutical application or biological application. DCS could control any variety of various instrumentality types, including VFDs, quality control system, motor control system, or manufacturing instruments. So this is all about automation and instrumentation, which is basic. I mean, with this you can able to understand what is instrumentation, types of instruments, troubleshooting, installation, commissioning, what is automation, in that automation PLC, SCADA, DCS. Thank you friends.